to do a video on what sold. Like in the past 10 days, I'm not going to do everything that sold. I'm just going to do the things that I think maybe you can find while you're out there, or things that were of good value. And I also wanted to thank everybody for supporting my channel. I know I dropped out and stopped making videos for a short bit. It just got crazy with the holidays and some family stuff came up. Hopefully I'll be getting at least one out a week of either what sold or taking you with me to estate sales, thrift stores, and garage sales. So let me get started with the things I sold in the last 10 days or so. The first item is this Barbie that I paid $15 for. I did a bulk buy not too long ago, a couple months ago. I purchased quite a few Barbies, and so they were all different prices. This one was $15 and I paid $32 for it. This next item I purchased at an estate sale a few months ago, and honestly I thought it was something completely different when I got it. I can't remember what I thought it was when I bought it, and I brought it home and realized that it was just it's like a carrying case, brand new, and it looks like this. It's just for holding your CDs or DVDs. So it's nothing super special, but I paid $10 for it and I sold it for $40. I sold this acoustic guitar amp. I paid $6 for it last summer at a garage sale, and I sold it for $40. I have had these action figures for a long time. I wasn't quite sure how to list them. I probably have about $2 or $3 into them. There's 8 of them. I'm not sure who they are. I think I looked them up at one time, but I can't remember who they were. I finally posted them just a few days ago, and they already sold for $39. So keep your eye out for little figures that are vintage. I think they're from the 80s and 90s. Can you tell me who they are? Is that like a Star Trek person? Or this? I don't know. Kind of an alien little guy, not necessarily a superhero. So anyway, if you know who they are, let me know. And if you saw my couple videos back that I went to that one estate sale that had all of those trains, these are 2 more of the items have sold. These are the Plasticville, and I paid $3 each for these. The same person bought both of these for $50 for both. So I had mentioned in one of my videos that I had bought out a hobby store. And so this is one of the items. They had a bunch of models, but all kinds of stuff. I mean, pieces for trains, adapter. I mean, just so many different things. Paints for model cars. I just have so much hobby shop stuff. So anyway, this was one of them. And this one sold for $14. I have one more item that I have here with me, so I will show that to you, and then the rest of the items I've already shipped out, so I'm just going to be showing you a screenshot of those. I went to a sale a couple months ago because I could see in the photographs of the estate sale that they had a bunch of Bratz dolls. I talked about it in a couple of videos back. And I ended up purchasing a ton of Bratz dolls. And as I was walking through the garage to get into the house to get back to the bedroom where the Bratz dolls were, I spotted this. And I wanted to grab it so bad, but I wanted the Bratz dolls more, so I just kind of left this behind, went in, grabbed 2 huge big mounds of Bratz dolls, and then I dashed out in the garage and grabbed this, but there wasn't just one of them, there were 2 of them, and they are in like new condition. I don't know if they were ever taken out of the box, but I'm selling them as used, and I still sold this for $146, and I only paid $10 each for them. So this is a Department 56 Halloween. Always keep your eyes open for Department 56 Halloween. A lot of the Department 56 Christmas stuff doesn't sell that great, although a lot of it does, but it seems like the Department 56 Halloween always sells really good. So definitely do a quick lookup when you see any Department 56. Okay, and now we'll get started on the rest of them. This John Deere license plate, I paid $3.50 for. I've had it for close to a year, and I sold it for $24. So, gosh, I think it was probably at least a couple years ago. Yes, it was before COVID, so closer to 3 years ago. I bought a whole bunch of stuff at an estate sale, and one of them were a big box of, I guess I call them Sparks plugs, and they look like this. I'm not sure if I even have all of these listed, and I don't know if people actually fish with them still, or if they just want them for collectibles, because I noticed that they usually want the ones that are still in the box. And so I paid $60 for this huge box of them, and I think I sold the best one out of it. I think I sold for $99. So they are some, and I think they're all for salmon. This one, if it's not listed, I need to list it because this one is definitely brand new. So anyway, so I only have probably a few dollars into this, and it sold for $12. So this Barbie here was another Barbie that I had bought on that bulk deal, and I have $10 into this one, and it sold for $46. Here is another item from my buyout at the hobby store. I have no idea what this is for. I may have looked it up at the time I was listing it, but I don't know. I have so many parts and pieces to like remote control cars and planes and stuff like that. I have a feeling this is a part to something like that. So I have a few dollars into this, and I sold it for $30. I paid $5.99 for this San Marcos blanket. It is just a lap blanket for a stadium game. It is the LA Rams, but if you haven't heard of San Marcos blankets, you definitely need to keep an eye out for those. They are very plushy feeling, and they're usually very heavy. If you see a plushy blanket and it's not heavy duty, probably not a San Marcos. San Marcos are always really heavy duty, and they're reversible. It will show the same item on both sides, but the coloring is a little bit different. Definitely look at a tag if you see a blanket like this. If it's San Marcos, get it, because you will definitely be able to sell it anywhere between $30 and a few $100s, depending on the design. So I picked this one up for $5.99 at Goodwill, and I sold it for $30. So a couple years ago, I was at an estate sale, and they had in their back room big, huge bins full of 70s and 80s brand new socks, underwear, and t-shirts. And so I grabbed so many of them, and I sold a ton of them really quickly. I have still had these briefs though for a while because I think I had them priced a little bit too high. So as you saw my last video, I really sent out some great offers. So I sent an offer out. I had one single pair, and then I had another set of 2 pair. So for the double pair, I sent out an offer for $70, and somebody purchased them. And then there was a single pair that I had for $40, and they bought those. So the same person actually bought all 3 pairs. So they ended up paying $110 for all 3. This Palm Pilot is brand new, vintage. I remember when these first came out, my husband immediately got one, and it was the coolest, the latest, greatest things that you could keep all your appointments and everything in. It was pretty cool. And so I think now they're just collectibles, unless this person is planning on using it. I couldn't imagine, because phones do so much now. I bought this for $30. I think I had it listed for $130 or $140. And I sent out an offer last weekend for $100, I think, or $99. And somebody counter offered with $80, and I took it. So this is going out for $80. This is one of the Bratz dolls that I purchased at the sale where I got the Department 56 Halloween. And I paid $20 for this one because it was a little bit bigger, but it necessarily wasn't worth more than the Bratz dolls. It's just how they had it priced. So I paid $20 for this one and I sold it for $99. I love selling book sets. It seems like whenever I'm at sales, nobody else is interested in them, and so I pick them up. So I ended up paying $20 for these, and it was missing one book. So I was looking on eBay trying to find the other book. I finally found it, and between shipping and the cost of the book, it was $8. And sure enough, after I bought that and it got delivered in a few days, it was the very next day it got delivered. I was out garage selling and I found the exact same book that I needed, and they were only selling it for $1. So I could have got that, but oh well. So I ended up paying $20 for these books and then ordering the other one for $8 more. I thought I was going to sell these books for more, and if I waited for the right person, I probably could have gotten more for these. But they were taking up so much space, and I went crazy with my offers last weekend. So I ended up selling this for $97, and I am totally fine with that. Amore Renee of Paris is the name of this wig, and I have never sold a wig before. So I picked up both of these wigs were in one box. The other one is not labeled with any brand name. Purchased them both for $5, and I ended up selling them both for $53. I purchased a whole box of these cast iron like pot holders that you put on the table that have little legs on them. These are very vintage. I think they're from the 70s, and I did an average price. So for both of these, I only paid 65 cents, and I sold both of these for $40. So my last item is this Jim Beam bottle. I think it's from the 70s, and they call this one I Dream a Genie bottle because on the show many years ago called I Dream a Genie, they used a bottle similar to this. So I paid $5 for this, and I sold it for $40. I'm planning on doing my next video is going to be quite different. It is going to be about how I started eBay and how I was able to quit my job. So turn on that bell if you want to be notified when that video comes up. And if you like this video, give a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.